Hello, welcome to Patriot Show. I'm your host Ted from Colorado. I'm in Colorado. Take a major hiatus. I need to start making videos. I keep on saying it every time I make a video, but I don't get into it for some reason. Gotta get motivated, gotta get engaged. Yes. So, I had this real life event happen to me that I want to talk about that's affecting everybody around us. People are losing their jobs, people are getting fired, laid off, so on and so forth. People are saying, I've grown out of my job and I just want to be a performer, that kind of a thing. But real life events, little background, I started a job when I was 17 and a half, worked there till I was 43, was there for 25 years. A lot of people cannot say that they stay at a job for 25 years. Some people grow out of their jobs, some people just can't hack it anymore, and you can't blame them because work sucks. I know. Work is a load of donkey balls. And it's something we have to do. We love our stuff. We like to buy things. We like to travel. We like to have experiences. And money is a requirement for everything. Whether people want to, oh, that's a capitalism. Oh my God, it's the hierarchy. Whatever the hell, it is what it is. Live in the system and take advantage of it. Don't try to change it because you can't. Oh, well, you're not. You just it's not worth it. It's not worth trying to change something where you have everything. It just doesn't make sense. Make it make sense. If it doesn't make sense, don't bother because it's just a waste of your time. There's so much other things you could be doing. And so yeah, I worked at a job for 25 years. So I was 17 and a half. Great company, great benefits, employee owned. Not a lot of people could say they work for an employee owned company. A lot of companies have shareholders that they have to report to, and that is why they are shredding employees. That's why everybody is losing their job. But with me, employee owned company, went through five stock splits. On the fifth one, they did a share buyback. But I left there when I was 43. I'm 46 now. So I haven't punched a clock in 2 years because as I said, there was a share buyback. I didn't expect a share buyback. We weren't expecting it. I was able to walk out of my job on my own terms. And as I said, a lot of people can't do that. There's three ways you leave a job. You quit and walk on your own terms, you get fired, or you die there. And dying there, you can't do anything about it. Getting fired, it sucks. And hearing about two people that had been at that same place for 27, 30 plus years and they just got fired, it sucks. It's devastating. I feel so sorry for them. But when I was leaving, a couple of them, not the ones that got fired, there's the person that got fired. They were talking about leaving. They were talking about their exit strategy. But there's just so many people there that have so much freaking money, and it's just sometimes you just look around and you say, okay, this is enough. When is enough enough? When is enough enough? And unfortunately, two of those people got the bounce. So now they are unemployed, sir. And they aren't bums, so they're not going to lose. So they have so much opportunity to get so much 401k. They can probably live off of it, and they have so much retirement. But not a lot of people do. It's that thing where it's like when I went to my job and the next job that I quit after I quit that job to be able to retire. There were two people there, two plus people. There's people all over the store that had been there for 20 plus years, and they had settled for $19 an hour, a couple of them. And it just blew my mind. It's like when I left my job, I was making $26 an hour. So I took a $7 pay cut to be able to retire. I took the leap of faith, started my retirement, Made it out with my neck and my knees and everything. Perfect health, except for a little high cholesterol and the basics of being 46 years old. It's just you gotta start taking care of yourself. You gotta start pumping the meat and eating right. I've done that. But these people been at the job for 20 plus years and making $19 an hour. A job does not care about you. The people there will only care about you for a certain amount of time, and then they'll be like, "Oh, remember that person? Yeah, he's gone. He's gone. But we got a new Joe here, a new Joe Schmo, fresh and new, brand new, shiny Joe. Let's get to know him and treat him like family." But the job will just throw him out on the dumpster because people don't like success. Because most people are miserable in themselves. They don't want to admit it, but they do not like to hear people that are successful. Because jealousy is a shit practice. It is. Jealousy is a shit practice. Jealousy is garbage. If you want something, go get it. But settling like that and saying that you're going to make that leap and all of a sudden the rug is just pulled out from you, that sucks. And a lot of people are getting that. So we have to learn as a society, as I said, that a job does not give a shit about you. They will shovel everything at you for what you put up with. I was watching Mad Men with, there was a scene where Don Draper was talking to Peggy. And the scene was basically, why don't you ever say thank you when I do stuff? Peggy was talking to Don Draper. Don Draper's the boss. Watch Mad Men. It's a great show. It's a great show. And Peggy, one of the workers was like, why don't you ever say thank you? Why aren't you grateful? And the boss, Don Draper, straight up told him. And a lot of people need to hear this. Don Draper straight up told her, it's like, that's what the money is for. You wake up every day, get on your knees, and pray that you still have a job. That, my friends, is how we should approach work. Because we are all blessed in our own ways. We are all blessed with the opportunities that we have, but we have to exploit these opportunities. We have to use these opportunities. We cannot settle because we will be settled. We don't want to settle ourselves or else we will be settled. Someone will settle us for us, hence getting fired or wasting your time in a job that doesn't give a rat's ass about you. They'll fire you in a second, have 4 people lined up out the door as soon as Joe Schmo gets pushed out. And it sucks that a lot of people are losing their jobs nowadays because they do report to the stockholders, and some of these companies are making record profits, and they're just pushing people out. They're like, oh yeah, been there. What do you actually do here? I heard a term where it's like these office jobs are basically adult babysitter jobs where people just show up and just move paperwork. Yeah, that's a AI replaceable job. That is an AI replaceable job. It's called adult babysitting job. Well, we have to learn that we can create stuff ourselves. We could build ourselves up. We got to get skills. We got to get motivated. We got to do things. Golf is not everybody's capable of the PGA Tour. But we can't all have our passions pay the bills. That's just unrealistic, and it's like not everybody can hit a baseball 500 feet. But we have to create things for ourselves. We have to motivate ourselves. We have to build ourselves up because nobody is going to do it for us. And it's times like these when people lose their jobs or they get knocked down. That's when the divorces start happening. That's when the suicides start happening. Because that's just the way it works. Because not everybody's ride or die. Not everybody is ride or die. I'm gonna look something up real quick. What are the statistics of divorce when people lose their jobs? All right, here we go. Men who lose their jobs experience a higher likelihood of divorce compared to those who remain employed. Some research says it's 33% higher. 33% higher of non-ride or die. Oh, man. Impact on women. While increased divorce risk for women after their jobs lost generally is lower for men, is still a factor that can contribute to marital strain. While increase in risk of women loss are generally lower, because men just want to be left alone. We just want to just do our thing. Where it does impact marriage because money affects everything. All right. Friends. All right. Friends. Let's say friends. Generating strain on relationships. Statistics studies indicate after losing a job can significantly impact friendships and social networks because nobody wants to hang out with a loser. And when someone loses their job, they determine, oh, here's one: lost income, lost friends, and lost self-respect. Yes, people have to have value. Impact on relationships. Nearly 46 of an employee of 6 months or more say joblessness has strained their family relationship compared to 39% who were out of work for less than 3 months. At the same time, more than 4 in 10, 43% long unemployed say they lost contact with their close friends. Yes, mental health. This is from an article, Pew Research from 2010, July 22nd, 2010. Good article. The article is lost income, lost friends, and lost self-respect. Yes, because we have to have a purpose. People need a purpose. And when you lose your purpose, and most of the time in this modern day society, a job is a person's purpose. Because that is what they interact with the most. They are there for 8 hours a day. That is their purpose. That is what provides. And it sucks that number is so high. Even 2010, it was already at almost 40%. I can only imagine that number right now. It's just astronomical because there's so many people that are working remotely that don't have contact with the outside world, don't have immediate friends. Because the average person has like 3 to 5 friends. 3 to 5 real ride or die friends that they'll have in their lives. Everybody else is just shows up, hangs out for a couple years, and bounces. That's just reality. If you can hang on to core friends for a long time, the ride or die ones, that is awesome. That is a good flex to have. But they have to be quality friends. They have to be the friends that will be there for you, that will show up at your mom's funeral, for Christ's sake. And thankfully, I had a lot of friends show up at my mom's funeral when she died 15 years ago. It was heartbreaking, and it's nice to have people that will show up when you need them the most. But I am ranting. About the modern day job market because it needs to be done. A lot of people just let people go and just say, oh, well, it's just your time. AI is here and it's going to devastate. Yeah, AI is going to devastate. So you have to strap up and strap in because we're in for the ride. And as I tell people, make as much money as you can and get out of the way because it's a bulldozer out there, man. It is a bulldozer. We're in the land of billionaires, and the billionaires are just like these giant planets that are just above us, just looking down. And they provide everything. Everybody hates on the billionaires and trillionaires. They provide you with everyday necessities. And when they start losing money, they start shredding. And if you're at the bottom, you will be shredded. That's why you got to make what you can to get out of the way. And stop settling for garbage jobs. Stop saying, "Oh, Burger King is going to put a kid through college." No, it's not. McDonald's is not going to put a kid through college. These ready work jobs are not worth hanging out for 30 years. They aren't. Costco, good job. Worth hanging out for it. It's a focus on companies that actually care about their employees, that actually give you profit sharing. That employee-owned companies, such as the one I used to work for, I root for that company every day because they have provided everything that I've ever needed in life. And it's an amazing company. And that's why people stick around for so long. But you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them and know when to run. Know when to walk away, know when to run. It's just that's just the fact. And fortunately enough, I was able to know when to hold them and know when to fold them. And I ran, and thankfully a year later they did a share buyback, and here I am. Now I sit here and I own a car wash and living a pretty decent life, and yeah, it's a pretty good life. But that is my advice to the average person these days. Don't think of a job as a permanent placeholder in your life unless it actually takes care of you. Because the ones that don't take care of you can replace you tomorrow. Add value. Show up. Give a shit. Everybody's like, oh, I'm just here for the paycheck. Yeah. And the business is just there to make money. And if you're just there for the paycheck and just fill in space, you're replaceable. You are replaceable because, as I've said before, they don't care and they don't have to because that's what the money's for. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching or actually listening. I just moved into my apartment that I had just been here for a month, and I still need to figure out a background. And so this is a faceless videos with us faceless videos, but I need to get this on lockdown, get this streamlined, figure this shit out so we can have some FaceTime. What, son? Yes. See my face. Yes. Need to have some FaceTime. FaceTime with this bitch. But yeah, I don't have a good background right now. I don't have a green screen. So I need to figure that out. I need to figure out what my backdrop is so I can get in this, start streaming, start doing stuff because it's fun. This is fun being able to engage with people. It's fun. I was just sitting on the couch watching YouTube, watching everybody else engage with everybody else. Like, I want to throw my hat in this thing. Come on, let's do this. Yeah. What? Get into it. Yes. Yes. So I'm going to cut this video, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.